Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is 6:45 a.m. Just pulled up to Lazy M Marina on the California Delta. It's actually one of my favorite launches overall on the Delta, kind of in the back of a protected slough down south. But I can say with confidence, fishing it many times over the last 6, 7, 8 years, it's very hit or miss. The fish are either here and biting or they're not. So kind of a gamble when I come here because, like I've said before on this channel, and as a lot of you guys probably know that fish out of kayaks, the biggest drawback of kayak fishing is really where you launch, especially if it's not happening. You're kind of stuck to a, we'll say 5, 6, 7 mile radius throughout the day. And that's pretty much what we got back here in this slough. Pretty much no getting away from it. So basically, when you launch here, you're kind of committed to this one stretch of the California Delta. But of course, the idea is always that, you know, the fish are going to be here, they're going to be biting. We can catch them in a variety of ways. And the reason I chose today was because, I mean, I know it's still summer, I know it's August, but feels like the nights are getting a little cooler, days are getting a little shorter, and historically, when that change in weather, when you start to feel like the fall, a very premature fall, is coming on, I think that's when some fish tend to get back in sloughs, get back in dead ends, feed up on bait. So that is the idea today. That is the method to the madness, why we're here in this long slough, long stretch of the California Delta, in hopes that there will be some fish back here, some active fish, we can catch them in some fun ways, and we'll have an epic day of fishing. Obviously, that's not how it always works. Actually, that's how it rarely works, but we're gonna try our luck today. I've got the Titan X 10.5 in the back, 8 rods with us today. I think actually 4 of them are topwater. A little windier than I thought. Pretty breezy. I did not see that in the forecast, but still doable, still able to get the kayak out there. I think we'll be fine. Let's unload, get launched, spend a day out on the Delta. Fingers crossed. Just had a little one blow up on the fake Croatian frog. Just got out here, maybe went like 100 yards and just, I don't know. Tide is crazy low. This is the lowest I've ever seen the tide in this particular area. Water temp is under 70 degrees. It's pretty dirty back here. Hard to say just yet, but this could be an In-N-Out burger day. Not exactly in love with everything I've seen so far. Very little, but just had a little bite, so you never know. Let's let her dangle. That's a good one too. Oh, please be a punch bite. Dang. Big one. Big one. Oh, there we go. There's a nice one. Took 1,000 flips, but that's one of the right ones. Nice Delta fatty right there. Okay, first fish of the day. Punching. I hope there's more of that. That's where they were supposed to be, given these conditions. Low tide. All up in that grass. Kind of a soft bite. I didn't really feel that one. Oop, not red. I need chartreuse. Chartreuse. There we go. It's kind of funny as we're almost out of the slough. Fish pretty fast. Working our way out of here, and once you know, we get bit. Look, I don't really care where they're located as long as we can get some bites. We'll see though. That might not necessarily mean anything. think I just had a little one following. There we go. Okay. We may have run into an area that fish are more likely to be. I thought I saw one chasing the old slob. Water did clean up a little. I'm seeing some bait. That's good. Definitely some bait around here. Just in case. I think this is the situation, but just in case. That was a bite. That was a bite, and I really goofed it up. Like, that was just a weird hook set situation. Mechanics were way off there. Look at all the bait. I know you get my point by now with all the bait, but just saying, I'm seeing it everywhere back here. Fish have to be buried in the grass if they're around. I don't see it any other way. Alright. Oh, there we go. Hello. It's a bass. Wow, that's weird. Thanks, buddy. Trucked the old bladed jig. Any more of you guys? Just like literally just about to reel in and tell you guys I'm about to make a pretty good run to an area that I did not think I'd be fishing today, but with the way it's going, I think we have to go try it. It's a little bit of a hike, but it's only 10:36 as well. It feels like it's been a long time we've been out here. More than a few hours we've been here, so that's good. We got more time. A couple more casts and then let's jam. Oh, golly. Oh, no, that was a giant. Holy sh... I want to swear right now. That was like a... It was big. Okay. Well, Choppo love. That was a big one. All right, well, that's going to keep me here a little longer, no doubt. Yeah, finally got a topwater bite. That was a... Ugh, that was a big one. There we go. Okay. Not a big one, but it's another Choppo bite, so that gives me confidence that there's some fish willing to come eat this dude. It's funny talking about all this bait, the likely forage, throwing white baits, bladed jigs, little tiny spinner baits. And what do we get bit on? Big black topwater. That's the thing. Bass, they don't really have to make sense. Rarely do they make sense anyways. Yeah, it's nice to have a fish bite right where he should be setting up, you know? That little corner. Let's continue on with El Choppo. Tide's been incoming now for a few hours, so that could be playing a part as well. Just getting these fish set up right, a little more active. Let's see bait up there getting chased. Let's roll with it. What in the fudge? That was a bass. Holy smokes, man. There's some decent ones ready to smash. What a strike that was. I don't know, are you gonna bite again, dude? Yeah, that fish seemed like he really wanted it. Oh my God, is that the same fish? It might be. Stinking motor. I think that's the same fish. Oh, wow. I mean, I don't know, maybe it was. Hard to say. I don't know, I think that's a different fish actually. The one that missed it and was airborne seemed a little bit bigger than that. Oh my goodness, all right. I'm glad we ventured into this slough. I think it's gonna change our day for sure. Already has. I've got confidence now. I've got some serious confidence in what we're doing. Oh gosh. Just drawing them out, man. Drawing them out. Not a big one, but when they bite like that, I mean, I'd take it any day of the week. Give me 10 bites like that over one big one. Kind of scares you. Oh, he smoked that thing. Wow, he shook that bush. Oh, I got another punch fish. I was about to say giant. Actually, I may have said giant. I just thought it was a giant the way it moved the tules. Like, I thought it was a Big Bertha. Weird. Ooh, dude, that's fry. There's fry right there. I just saw a bass with fry. Holy smokes. Yeah, I've heard of them spawning late into the summer, but I really haven't seen any of them fry guarding this time of year. Maybe these are like post-spawn fish, I don't know. Solid. I'll take solids. I wonder if this one was fry guarding too. Oh, thank you, buddy. Old Croatia might play. Croatia had a nice one falling out. For those who are confused, we call this the Croatian frog because last year at the UFC, I was partnered with James, and a buddy of his gave him a Moloch Supernato that was like super hard to get, rare, like sold out everywhere, but they found it in some tackle shop in Croatia. So that's why we call it the Croatian frog. Alright guys, we are back to the area we basically got our first fish at, the punch fish. And let's just roll through it with a Choppo, see if we miss some biters. take long at all. Jeez. Should have threw the Choppo more, I think. I don't think it was very big, but it's a bite. Alright, I'm intrigued. That is much higher now, too. Oh, there we go. There's a fighter. Relax, buddy. Relax. Could be a gang of teenagers in here. Could be. You always wonder, what if I threw the bait that's getting bit earlier on? What if I switched to it earlier? Will we have had different results? As you guys saw this morning, pretty brutal. Extremely brutal, actually. I was already thinking about what I was going to order it in and out. That kind of brutal. Alright guys, it is really hot first of all, but it's about 2:30. That may have been one of the warmest days I fished in a while. That breeze actually didn't last long. I guess the weatherman was correct. We didn't have a lot of wind today after first hour. When that sun came out, it was beating down all day. It got toasty. But anyways, quick recap. You know, it was a challenging day today. The plan did not work out. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I had the idea, the dream, that maybe back in this slough on the Delta, there'd be a bunch of fish. It'd just be loaded up and they would just be right there for us for the taking. Nope, not the case. I fished my way pretty much all the way out of this slough. Did get one random fish, I believe, on the punch, which coincidentally was basically at the very end of this slough before it divided into the river. But that was it. Solid fish, I'll take it, but I do think that was completely random. Ended up making my way towards an island area that usually has some fish. Picked up a few on a white slobber knocker, nothing big. And really a lot of what I saw today visually was a lot of bait. Saw a lot of bait, so in that respect, that is kind of a sign that fall is coming, or that it's like right around the corner. You see a lot of bait, a lot of it's getting chased. Again, I know we're not in fall yet, but I'm just thinking about that transition period, which may be now. But yeah, I saw a ton of bait, just they weren't really on it from what I could tell as far as like the bladed jig. Tried a small spinner bait, top water wasn't working, but every so often we did pick up a small one on the bladed jig. I think by this time, with just a few rats in the boat, we were 3-4 hours into the day, and I decided to make a pretty big call. Decided that I would continue on further away from the ramp, go another 3-4 miles into another slough that historically has had fish. Again, you just never know. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. You really never know unless you go and check it out yourself. But at this point, I really had nothing else. I didn't want to fish my way back to the ramp, so the new water idea was something that I was sold on. Made our way there. I think we did catch one on the bladed jig, but the big moment, the key moment, key bait change was when we changed to the black Choppo, or the Maverick color Choppo. It has that little orange chin. It's the medium-sized one, so a little bit bigger than what I traditionally throw, but tends to do pretty well towards the end of summer on really hot days. Water's all dirty. It's just a really good color in my opinion, and that was the ticket. Then we got bit almost immediately, and it was probably the big fish of the day. Just kind of sloppy on the motor, lost tension, and she popped off. But I thought maybe that was a sign for things to come, and it certainly was. We had a few more bites on that in quick succession that were pretty epic. I mean, one of those bites on the Choppo was insane. I'm kind of sad he missed it, because that was a legit airborne fish. Maybe one of the most airborne bass I've ever seen come up for a topwater, other than like a spot or a smallmouth. So that was cool. Missed him, but cast back in there a few times, and either it was him or he had a buddy and got the other one. But yeah, that was really the bite for the rest of the day. I didn't mix in too many other baits. I think I caught one on the punch, but really it was all about the Choppo, fishing along the grass lines, along the tule lines. We had an incoming tide, so maybe that set those fish up just right. You just never know for sure. And they were definitely eating, because some of these bites, man, like I said in a couple videos ago, the Choppo, for whatever reason, that plopping style bait of all other topwaters seems to just get the most aggressive strikes. And I don't know, there's probably a lot of theories out there. My theory is sometimes when you see a lot of bait or they're bait chasing, it almost, to me, mimics like a bait ball on the surface, with the disturbance of that prop spinning that water, moving that water, kind of creating like a sprinkler effect. I don't know if they just think that's like a bait ball or what, but they hit it like they want to smash it and kill it for sure. And when they're on that bite, it's a lot of fun. So Choppo saved the day. Not quite an in and out day, that's debatable. It wasn't the most epic day, but we certainly salvaged it from being a quite miserable day out on the Delta. But guys, anyways, I am hot, I am packed up, I am ready to get out of here, head home. As always, I thank you for watching, for coming along, and I will see you guys in the next one.